All right, so we're going to use this coordinate plane and find the distance between 2 points. And we can find that distance using the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so we want to find the distance between A and M. So first thing we need to do is find A on the thing, on the coordinate plane, and then find M. Okay, so we want to figure out how far apart they are. So I'm going to count the blocks down to get to M. So I'm going to count down the blocks, 1, 2, 3. So we went down 3 blocks. We're going over 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Okay, so we went down 3 and over 4 to get to, no, and over 3. We went down 3 and 1, 2, 3, and over 3 to get to M. Sorry about that. So now we're going to plug that into the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so this really creates our triangle, right? Because we want to figure out how far apart they are. Okay, so this 3 and 3 is our A and our B, and the distance between is C. So let's find that distance. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. All right, so we have 3 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. So we know 3 squared is 9. So now we do 9 plus 9 is 18 equals C squared. Now we have to take the square root of both sides. C equals what? What is the square root of 18? The square root of 18, if we round to the 10th place or round to the 10th place, that is 4.2. 4.2 is the distance between the 2 points. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as C equals 4.2 because we don't have any units here, and it's not a word problem, so we don't need to write a sentence. Okay, let's do number 2. Number 2 here. Okay, so I'm just going to move this up a little bit. And let's use a different color. It'll be helpful if you use colors for this. Okay, so find the distance between D and K. Well, here's K up here, and here's D. So from K, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, down 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 6 spots. So remember, those are our A and B, and we want to find that C. So now let's plug it into our Pythagorean theorem. And so we have 4 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. 4 squared is 16. 6 squared is 36. And then we bring C squared down. Okay, so we have 16 plus 36. 16 plus 36 is 52. All right, and then we do the square root of both of those, and C, again, round to the 10th, is 7.2. All right, I'm going to ask you to do 3, 4, and 5 all on your own. Okay, so I want you to do 3, 4, and 5 on your own, so pause. And when you're done those 3, unpause for me. All right, so hopefully for 3, you got C equals 5.4. For 4, C equals 4.1. And 5, C equals 7.1. If you didn't, double check that you counted the spaces correctly. Okay, so double check that you counted the spaces correctly and that you did all the math right. Okay, so if you didn't get them right, pause, check my work. If you did, we're going to keep on going to the next page. Okay, so on this page now, instead of giving us letters and finding the difference, we're plotting ordered pairs and finding the distance between them. Okay, so it's really important that we remember how to plot an ordered pair An ordered pair like 1, 3 goes x, y. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. So we go over to x is 1, and we go up to a +3, and that's where your ordered pair goes. Okay, so I wouldn't draw those lines yet because you don't know where the other point is. We're going to draw those lines afterwards, but I just kind of wanted to see. You go over 1, up 3, and that's how you put a point down. So let's start going on the first ordered pair. So it's 2, 4. So we go over 2, up 4, and there's 1. So we did that one, and then it's -1, -3. So then it's down there. Okay. So now let's find the distances between the two. So I go over 1, 2, 3. So I go over 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up 7. Okay. So now that's going to be what we're putting in to our formula. So again, we always start by writing our formula. And remember, we're always finding our C value. We're finding our C. Okay? So we put in 7 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. All right. So 7 squared is 49. 3 squared is 9. And that's equal to C squared. What is 49 plus 9? 49 plus 9 is 58. That's equal to C squared. Now we take the square root of both sides, and we get C is equal to 7.6. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So we have -5 and 1. And then we have 4, -1. So now we have to find the distance between those ones. All right, so we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We go over 9, up 2. Over 9, up 2. So now let's plug that in. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, that wasn't beautiful, but you get the picture. 9 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. 9 squared is 81. 2 squared is 4. C squared stays. 81 plus 4 is 85. Now we take the square root of each side. So what is the square root of 85? That is 9.2. All right, so I want you to pause and try number 3 for me. So pause right now and try number 3. Hopefully, for number 3, you got 4.1. Hopefully you got 4.1 because it went up 1 over 4. Okay, or down 1 over 4, whichever way you counted. Okay, so next one is your homework. Get that done for me.